And we go live. We are here ready to rock and roll. So, with that in mind, I want to invite you, I want to remind you that you're welcomed to this place. You're welcome to this place. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good day to you wherever you are at this very moment in time. Thank you for tuning in to yourself first and then tuning in to the Ade Show. That's what you're listening to, the Ade Show on 12 Radio, 12radio.com. I am your host, Ade, and I am going to take you through a journey of consciousness. Going to take you into deep places in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. So if you don't want to go take that inner journey, stick around. What you resist, persist. We are changing the way you dance with life and the way you create your reality. And we do that by infusing your mind with some love here and there and activating the love that is already within you. So if you're listening to the show live, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to the the replay, thank you. If you listen to the on demand, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to be here. And I am just double checking some stuff over here. Let me move closer to my microphone so you can hear me. And I'm going to try this again on this end. Nothing that you need to concern yourself. Scott Weaver is our producer today. Thank you, Scott, for being available, for showing up, for saying yes. And yes, it's time to move on. It is Transformational Tuesday. Yes, it is. June 11th, 2019. Time check is 2 after the hour. The topic, the theme for today is part 2 of a conversation we started 2 weeks ago. We skipped a week because we had Rev D here last week. She always joins us every first Thursday of the month. So I started talking about the topic. I think I haven't said it yet, have I? But if you were here, last week, 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago, you would know what I'm talking about. Or not. Pain pushes until vision pulls. Good morning, Kwali. Nice to see you on Instagram. I am streaming on Instagram or living on Instagram. The camera's doing something crazy. I don't know. It's like it's scared of me. I took a shower this morning. Let me see. Let me sniff myself. Yes, you can find me on Instagram, Life Coach Ade, Life Coach ADE. That's my handle. That's my username. So yes, we are talking pain pushes until vision pulls. And we're tweaking that a little bit. We're going to add a little spice to it. Sex and sexuality. Ooh. Grown folk business. I want to invite you to join me in the chat room. Go to 12radio.com if you don't know how to get there. 12radio.com. Click top left, go to the chat link. Top left, chat. You need a Facebook account in order to chat in the chat room because the chat room is a closed group. Okay, all right, got it. All right, and yeah, if this is your first time, just click and wait. Scott will let you in, and you will meet the great, beautiful people. If you're listening, if you come into the chat room through your phone, your mobile device, just look for pinned post, PINPINNED post, and then click on comments. You can like the post, you can ha-ha'd it. You can love it, whatever you feel like doing. And in there you will find other wonderful 12 Radio listeners. Yes, that sounds different in my head. Even though I'm saying it, I felt like I said host. But I don't know why. You will see Kimberly. She may be hiding, but you will see her if you look. If you close your eyes and take a deep breath, you see Kimberly hiding in a corner, in her queendom. Because she can't help herself. It's in her name. Chris is in the house. Danny's in the house. Melissa is hiding in the cot. Jackie is back with us. Renee is there. Eva Ever is there. And I said Renee, right? Yes. Oh, there's Jackie. Kimberly said, I'm coming out. I want you to see me. She's hanging in her queendom. I'm getting all buzzed up. I'm just all buzzed up. I'm buzzed out. I haven't even started the show yet. All right. I think that's what I want to tell you. I want to tell you to check out my website, lifecoachade.com. You find out more about my services, lifecoachade.com. And sooner or later, very soon, I'm going to be doing my, you'll be getting, what's that thing called again? Newsletter. See, I haven't done it in a while. I don't remember the name. And some of you are already registered. You ain't got nothing. And you're just like, come on, man. We're waiting to hear from you. What's going on? Don't worry. You're going to get a lot of stuff. But I'm not going to bombard you. But I'm just going to tell you some of the stuff that I'm doing. Okay? And if you haven't signed up for the mailing list, this is a good time to go there right now. Because you can listen and type. That's easy. That's easy to do. All right? And as we always say, well, I don't always say, I used to say, share the show, share the network, 1-2 Radio, share the Instagram Live. Let people know what you're listening to. Let people know what you're doing. So if you need someone to talk to, you don't have to feel isolated. You can always blame it on me. You can start this deep conversation with people and say, kind of like something that Ade said. You just put it on me, okay? And just see if they want to go there with you. And if they say, that's just crazy talk. And you can just go, I know, right? And then you know not to talk to them about that topic, okay? Silent listeners, disguised guests that are out there in the world, those of you that are not in the chat room, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Oh, what's today? Today is June 11th, isn't it? All right, children. Like Melissa would say during her show, she's a 1-2 Radio host on Wednesdays. She comes on at, what time does she come on? I don't know. It's 9 o'clock my time, something like that. I'm 5 up. No, it's actually confusing. Wednesday after Kai Greenway, you have Melissa. Go to the website, 12listen.com. So she says, hey kids. I'm like, I ain't your kid. Okay, so it's time to, kids, that's what I was going to say. Today's July 11th, right? And kids, you know what that means? Yay! Tomorrow is 12th day. You get 3 minutes, you get 3 minutes, you get 3 minutes. If you didn't get it, you didn't get it. If you got it, you got it. Tomorrow's 1-2 day at 12listen.com. That's the place where we support you. Moving through your journey, your adventure of life, facing yourself, going deep down into the darkness, the darkness and the basement of your consciousness, the basement of your mind, and not being afraid to look. And even if you are afraid, we'll walk with you. And then eventually you realize the monster doesn't even exist. It's not even them. It's all in my mind. Or, okay, it's in my mind, but something needs to be cleared up. Energetically, we got you. 12listen.com. 12listen.com. Today's topic, pain, pushing, spooking, blah, 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 blah. Let me check in the chat room. That's what that was. My mouth was like, slow down. Go to the chat room before you jump deep down into the conversation. And some of you often ask me, who is that? Who is the person singing my intro song? That's John Stringer, my brother, my friend. And they're actually coming to Europe. They're going to Italy, and then they're going to stop by to come see me just because of who I am. They're like, we can't come to Italy and not come and see you. I said, you better not come to Italy and not come see me. You better come and see me. Hey, kids. That's right, Melissa. Anyway, ever, tell your autocorrect to get it right. But I know what you mean. Why did I come to the chat room again? Oh, to see what's happening. Okay, so it's time to go deep down. And some of you may have logged off already because I don't want to talk about sex and sexuality this morning, this afternoon, today. Okay. Or maybe I'm just projecting all over you. If I'm projecting all over you, don't mind me. You know how I do. I can't help but project all over you. So love, though. So, we're talking vision, really. And I'm using the statement that was birthed by Michael Bernard Beckwith. Pain pushes until vision pulls. And from that consciousness that birthed that statement, and well, I don't know if it's everybody, but I can say that most people that I've been in conversation with, when they hear that statement, it's like, oh my God. Sometimes they don't even explain it to me. They're just like, ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, I can feel the power of that. That's the thing about truth. We know it when it touches our consciousness. You can't really get truth. Like, let me go get it here. Let me buy it. Let me get it from somebody else. You can't really cram it. Like, I'm just going to stay up all night and cram it till I get this thing called truth, the spiritual truth, the universal spiritual truth. I mean, it helps, but it's caught. You got to catch it in consciousness. And there's some statements when you hear them, it just hooks on you like, ooh, wait a minute. Break that down. Pain pushes until vision pulls. So I have in bracket, like they say in the UK. In America, they say parentheses. And I used to say bracket. People are like, what? Bracket, bracket. Oh, parentheses. Oh, okay, yeah, that. So I'm actually going to tell a story. As if that's something new, right? And the story is going to be told through me, as me. So I don't know where we're going to end up. But what I can say is I have prepped my consciousness, my mind, my heart to be a space for what wants to be expressed to show up. Okay? Because there's so much. Pain pushes until vision pulls. What is the pain that's pushing you in your life? You can ignore it, you can deny it, you can pretend it doesn't exist, but it will keep pushing you until you said, all right, already. But today's conversation is to move you from all right, already to yes, I am ready. Yes, I am willing. Yes, I am available. Yes, I am. Where you become a co-participant, a co-creative essence, being, person, with your own reality, with your own evolution. Because when you don't choose, if you refuse to be a co-creative participant of your own life, by default, other people will take charge of your life and try to tell you where to go, what to do, what to think, what is good, what is bad, what is wrong, who God is, who God isn't, who you should be in a relationship with, who you should be having sex with, when to have sex and why not to have sex and all this other stuff. And you feel so pained by the BS. But somehow I want to break away from this bullshit. Vision. When you're in that place, vision is calling you. And the truth is, vision is always beckoning, always there. Like, I'm right here. Vision is floating all around you. It's floating all inside of you. But you got to be willing to stop and say yes. So, pain pushes until vision pulls. I always say the good thing about pain and vision, well, pain in this sense, is pushing you in the direction of the vision. However, if you surrender, when you surrender to the pull of the vision, it's a different experience. You will be in the middle of your worst nightmare and you can stand still. When pain is pushing and you're in the middle of your worst nightmare, you just think this is it. Something's going to take you out. You might even end up judging, criticizing yourself, saying, I knew I wasn't worthy. I knew I'm a whatever. You fill in the blanks. I'll let you do that. Quality, you're in there. Do me a favor, because I think Instagram is doing something strange. Can you just do something to let me know it's active? Okay, back over here to the technical things. So life is always going to move you forward. We're never stuck. We can't be stuck because life is never stuck. Life is always in motion. So even when you feel like you're stuck, you're still moving forward. But what you're really doing is you're just thinking the same thought over and over about the same thing over and over, feeling the same fear over and over, convincing yourself why not to move on over and over. So you feel like you're stuck. But the minute you're willing to drop that, the minute you're willing to see something differently, the minute you're willing to say, there's got to be something different. There's got to be something more than this. I am willing to see this differently. I am willing to experience something different without having to know what that is. Thank you, Kwali. Without having to know what that is. Because you obviously don't know, because if you did, you would have done it and then you wouldn't be feeling stuck. The fact that you're feeling stuck is because you can't figure out what's this thing that needs to happen. But you're filling the pool, but you're afraid of the pool. So you keep thinking, but people won't like me. I'm going to lose my friends. I don't know if I can do it. I don't have enough money. I don't have the gift. I don't know if this is the right time. I'm in a relationship. I hate this relationship. It just goes on and on and on and on. But the minute you want to bring all that to the table, I don't have enough money. I am scared. I don't know what's going to happen to my children. I don't know what's going to happen to my wife, to my husband, to my life. I don't know what's going to happen to my community. I don't know, but I want something more. I desire something more than what is happening here. Life comes at you and says, oh, I've been waiting for you. Let's join together and consummate our relationship. And then you start having some, people are like, ooh, that feels good. Yeah, touching you right there. And life said, I got you. Like, is that all you want? Just that spot? And you're like, well, I don't know. We just met each other, so I don't want you to take advantage of me. Life is like, I don't take advantage of you. I take you on an adventure. You ain't seen nothing yet. And you're like, really? I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't think I have what it takes to go on this adventure. And life is like, listen. All I need you to do is say yes, even if you're scared. Pain pushes until vision pulls. That was good. I'm laughing because, as some of you may know, I produce some of the hosts. I produce on One True Radio, and I produce Jim Comer. And sometimes he would do a reading or read something, and he would say, "That was good. That was good." Yeah, that's how I feel. That was good. Because when it comes through you and you allow yourself to feel it, I am no longer pretending that I'm bringing all this. I'm bringing all this by saying yes. And I don't know most times what's going to come out my mouth. What I do is prepare myself for this moment. So when it comes out, sometimes I'm hearing it the same time you're hearing it. And when it comes through, it's like, bam, that's good. I don't take advantage of you. I take you on an adventure. Adventure paradise, like Michael Beckwith will say. That's right, Chris. Life will draft you. See, the show's already going a different direction. I have things that are bullet points here, but hey, it is what it is. What can I say? Like I said, I show up. Pat is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vision. There is a vision for your life. Vision wants to pull you. There's something bigger. There's something stronger. There's something more that is calling you. And because that's something stronger and bigger that wants to that's calling you, you actually feel like you're stuck. So whenever you feel like you're stuck, let that be an indicator that you're holding on. So let's weave this together. Some of you will know that I am starting a course actually next week, June 17th. I'm so excited. I looked at the timetable and what we're going to be doing and the times. I'm like, woo! It's intense. It's about commitment. It is about applying yourself and getting engaged. And 3 classes a week. Oh my God. And I got to write daily thoughts this week. I'm working on my book proposal this month. Book proposal. There's a lot to do. There is a lot to do for me right now to I could easily go into, I am so overwhelmed. And I did. I don't know, about 2 months ago. And I said, I just don't even know how I'm going to do the things that's coming my way to do. And of course, when you're willing to engage and face the things that make you feel like you don't have control, you don't know how to handle it, you don't know if you can do it, if you're willing to sit with it and ask the deeper questions, it will be revealed to you. Now, I'm very clear, after feeling overwhelmed, pain pushes until vision pulls. When vision is pulling, my only responsibility, your only responsibility is to surrender to the vision. The vision has everything you need included in it. The people, the resources, the time, and it would even make time for you to rest when you need it. And you must always pay attention. So, I'm taking this course, and it's a bit of an investment financially. I know that's right, Pat. You know what you said? Pat said, pace yourself. I actually have it on my note here now because I know I just commented, so I have it as a reminder. Pace yourself. So to see you say that, it's funny. Thank you, Spirit, through Pat, as Pat. Thank you. Yes. I know you're talking about this good course and everything, but yes, it's all relevant. So the course itself is an investment. We're talking about vision here, okay? And I'm sharing my experience. I'm sharing what I know. I'm sharing in a new way, in a way that normally I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. And when I do, I'm like, oh, God, I should have told. But now I don't give a flip. Well, I give a flip. That's what I'm doing. I give a flip because that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I give a flip. I really do give a flip. So I want to share my story. Pace yourself. So it's a bit of an investment for the training course. It's life-changing. I feel it. I know it. And so I created a Gofundme account. And I could have shared that actually. You can go on my website, lifecoachade.com. You see the link there if you want to contribute to it. So when I created GoFundMe account, let's make a long story short, put it together. It took a while to sort it out, finally got it ready, and then it was time to share it with people. Making it go live was fine. We're talking about vision here. Pain pushes until vision pulls. Okay? So I started sharing with friends. Those of you who listened last week would know part of this conversation because I shared it with Rev D. And when I shared it with most of my friends, it didn't take long. I was hit with this massive energy of vulnerability and thoughts of self-critical thoughts like, self-criticism, like, why did I do that? Oh, I should have thought about it. Oh my God, what are they going to think about me? Oh, I'm asking for money. Oh, they're going to think I'm this, that. Oh, 7 months ago, I was detained and people contributed to a fund and now I'm asking for more money. I don't like this image and I just went through it. Now, I dramatized it a little because I was aware of what I was feeling. I knew that I was vulnerable and I just stayed with it. I stayed with it. And I said, okay, there's something else. There's something here. It wasn't comfortable. But I knew trying to distract myself wasn't even an option. It's a waste of time to even think of that. I knew something wants to be birthed. Something wants to be seen. And it brought up a lot of different things. And of course, I've shared it again on social media. Much, much comfortable, much more grounded, still vulnerable. And some friends I've had to reach out like, you didn't even say nothing. Come on now. I thought we're friends. You at least respond to everything that we talk about. Like, hey, how you doing? Or whatever I share. But this one, you just quiet? Like, come on. Even asking you this question is still making me feel vulnerable, right? I don't know why my voice sounds like that, but that's the part of me that's just vulnerable. It just goes high in octave. It just talks so high. But when I am sure about what I'm talking about, I sound like this. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're listening to the Ade Show on 12 Radio, 12radio.com. So, over the past 2 weeks, what is clear to me, two things at least, well, there are more, but two things that I want to share. One, when you are being pulled by a vision, which is what this training course is about for me, I am being pulled by a vision. It's not limited to sexological bodywork. It's not just that. The vision is just that. It is that and more. When you yield to a vision, when you say yes to a vision, when you are willing to step up and say yes to that guidance, to say yes to that vision that wants to be birthed through you, you are going to come against things that just rub you in a very sensitive kind of way. You're going to come up against vulnerability. You're going to come up against being afraid. You might lose some friends. It's easy to judge people and say, oh, they don't this, don't. I can tell you stories that I went through. But what I know for sure is everybody is having their own experience. And life as well is on my side. So whatever needs to be healed in me about talking about what I'm doing, asking people to donate to my campaign, whatever that is that needs to be healed. Well, so talking to people about that, it will bring up parts of myself, aspects of me that wants to be healed. So yes, I already know that this is complete. This is done. The course is done. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to have my experience. And once I get the certificate, and then there's year 2 and all that, right? But the certificates are important. But what is more important is who I become. When you yield to the vision, what is more important is who do you become? You could do shortcuts and try and figure a way out to get into things that you want done because you don't think you have what it takes and you don't want to be vulnerable and you're trying to put on makeup, whatever the makeup is for you. Put someone else in place, pretend, whatever, right? Once you achieve it, if you haven't changed, you end up being the same person who was asking for a new reality. You're still the same person. You can't maintain it. You can't maintain it because it's a consciousness that obtains, that sustains and maintains it. In order to sustain, in order to maintain a relationship, a financial status, a business, whatever it is, being a parent, you have to create the consciousness for it now. You have to be it now. So this vision that is pulling me in one way through sexological body work is causing me to look at areas where I don't even want to say hide. Do I want to say hide? No, let me say it this way. It's causing me to look at areas, thoughts, and beliefs that would make it easy for me to hide. And that way of being cannot serve who I am saying yes to, what I want to be, what I want to become. What am I saying? You must let go of who you are in order to become more. Even if you're afraid, that's what happens when vision is pulling you. Shit is gonna come to the top. Shit is gonna rise to the top, and your shit will come home eventually. But shit is gonna rise to the top. There were people who were saying, I don't know what's going on. I just got on a spiritual path. I started to meditate and do my affirmation and pray every day. But it looks like my life is worse than it's ever been. Yeah, you can say that. But what is really happening is you are now becoming different. Vibrationally, you are somebody else. So the vibrational pattern that you had that maintained the old things no longer exists. So things are going to fall away, are going to dissolve. The relationship that you're in now, whatever that is, business relationship, romantic relationship, whatever you're doing, however you're seeing yourself right now, there is a way of being that you are about it. When you change that, everything else will change. Change your thought, change your reality. Change your thought, change your life. Change your food, change your life. Because change brings about change. And when you change, you become more aware. When you're aware, you become aware. The more aware you become, the more aware you become. It's a never-ending cycle of growth and transformation. Pacing myself, listening for the next information. Let me see what's going on in the chat room on Instagram. Spirit is exposed. Spirit is exposing all the things you need to let go to rise to the higher level. That's right. Spirit would spirit. Well, you can say that. You can say spirit would expose, but by saying yes, by surrendering things that no longer serve you, will rise to the top, and you will have a choice. If you hold on to them, but I don't want to let it go. I don't know who I'm going to become without them, without it. Good. And it's fine. Recognize that you don't want to let it go. And you can say, what is behind that? What if the thing, the people, the person, the thing, the place that you're holding on to, it's actually hindering your forward movement, is actually hindering, is getting in the way of what you're praying for. In order to receive your prayer, you must shift in consciousness. Prayer is not a letter. Well, I don't want to say it like that because it's a letter, but prayer is more than speaking words and hoping something would happen, hoping change will happen. Change is always happening. Your words, when you speak it, changes your environment. But if you don't change, you're still the same person. And you end up praying the same prayer. Why is it not happening? It's not happening because you haven't happened. You have to happen to see your change happen. You have to be the prayer you're praying. Prayer is a shift in consciousness. So whatever you're praying for, you must be willing to become it. Whatever, I don't care if it's a material thing or spiritual quality. Love, a car, a house. Let's talk about that, because spiritual quality is kind of easy sometimes. Like, I know I'm going to be more loving. That's fine. But we can talk about that too if we have time. Let's use a car. Most people can relate to a car. I want a car. I want a new car. I want a new car. God, please give me a car. I put it on my vision board. It's red. It's white. It's whatever color. I know what it looks like. I can smell it. But God, it's not happening. I don't have the money. All that will not get you there. And you are not becoming what you say you want. If you don't have a car, you give yourself permission to just maybe go to the car dealership and just sit inside the car. Visualize it. That's another aspect. Kind of like, if you want to, it's not lesser, but I would say lower than visioning. We'll come to visioning. We better. I don't know. We'll see. But visualization is part of it, because you can only visualize what you can see based on what you know about yourself right now. When your vision in is beyond what you know about yourself based on your five senses. Did you catch that? So when we're visioning, when we're visualizing, we visualize things that we can understand, things that we can see, things that we know. I had a friend said to me a few days ago, she went somewhere, trying to say it in a way where it's still discreet. So she went somewhere which still comes under United States of America. Let's put it that way. And she said, "This is my first time here. This is the best place in the world. I think this is the most beautiful place in the world." Even before I caught it, she said, "Yeah, I know. I've never been outside of America." And I said, "Yeah, spoken like a true American." And if you haven't been outside of your community, your environment, you think this is the best thing that's happening, and that is good. But when you give yourself an opportunity to step into a different world, even if you do it through YouTube and see what else is in the world, if you can't afford to travel, your visualization expands a little bit more. But then when you're visioning, why am I saying that? I'll tell you, because I want to go through the steps again before we end the show, if I get to it. When you're visioning, you're actually surrendering what you know is possible. You're opening yourself up to something more. I told you I'm telling you the story, so I just give it to you as it comes. This is what Michael Bernard Beckwith said about visioning. Visioning is a process, is a technology for you to tap into the deepest part of your being, to tap into God, to tap into life, to tap into the source of all life. There's a process, there's are steps you go through. And he said, visioning, Michael Bernard Beckwith said, visioning is an adventure into your own deepest self to discover okay, wait a minute. I just copied it from the book. Visioning is maybe I need my glasses. My brain and my eyes are doing something different. Yeah, I'm trying to be big and bad and bold. Visioning is an adventure into your own deepest self to discover there all the gifts, talents, skills, and requisite qualities of consciousness to live a most excellent life, a life of yes. It is going into that deepest part of yourself to discover that you have the gifts, the talent, the skills, the requisite qualities of consciousness to live a most excellent life, a life of yes. You have everything you need. You are fully equipped, fully orbed to live your life beyond your wildest dreams because you're already worthy. You already have value. You're enough. Here's something else he said about visioning. The life visioning process is a life-changing spiritual technology of conscious participation in the evolution of your consciousness. The life visioning process, read what's on there, dude. The life visioning process is a life-changing spiritual technology of conscious participation in the evolution of your consciousness. Whether you are now ready to step into the highest vision for your life or are endeavoring to ready yourself, visioning is a trustworthy ally on your path. It's a trustworthy guide and ally on your path. He has a book on it. He has an audio tape on it. There's a step. I think I'll get to talk about it. I keep promising this, so I might as well do it, right? But not right now. What is the highest vision for your life? You may know it. You may not. But it does require you to get still, to stop, to listen. To be willing to be uncomfortable. I tried everything I knew to do last year before that to be just uncomfortable, just enough. Just enough. I can't be all the way uncomfortable because I don't know what's going to happen on the other end. Oh, it's going to be the end of my life. It's going to be the end of everything that I celebrate. It's going to be the end of everything that I identify with. That helps me to feel like I am somebody, that I'm worthy, that I have value, the things that I'm doing and how people see me. I can't mess with that. But the funny thing was, I kept going back. I kept doing the work. I kept doing my spiritual practice. Even if you are resistant, if you're willing to keep doing your spiritual practice, the spiritual practice will constantly, on a daily basis, just chip away at your resistance. Just chip away. And it's not going to do it without your permission. Your surrender to doing the spiritual practice just helps it dissolve. I like that better. It just dissolves because you start to rise up in consciousness. You start to catch insights, and then you start to see yourself differently. One day you realize, wow, I really understand this thing called a sense of healing, the sense of separation. I thought I knew it. I kind of did, but I really know it. That my only struggle is because I see myself separated from the things that I say I want. I see myself separated from the people that I judge. I see myself separated from my partner, from my love, from my children. I feel like they're doing this to me, and if they weren't doing what they're doing, then I won't be feeling this pain that I'm feeling. This was done to me. You don't understand. I'm a victim. Yes, we have that moment, and you can have that moment. And there must come a time, if you choose, it's got to be your choice, that you want to rise above. We're here to rise above. We're here to interrupt bullshit. We're here to recreate. We're here to create a new reality. So rather than worry about the future we're leaving for our children because we're only focusing about the money, or we're worried about the planet, if you're worried about the planet and you're worried about the future for your children, well, if things go the way you think it's going to go, you may not have great-great-great-grandchildren. This planet won't exist, so there's nothing to worry about. if you spend more time worrying about not having money for your children, well, right now, do we have money for children? Hey, what you can do is tap into the deepest part of your creative self. And anything in the way of that's getting in the way of creative energy, which is your sexuality, anything that's hindered you, you commit to healing it, to embracing it, to speaking about it, to falling in love with it. You have the permission. You just have to give it to yourself. When vision pulls, you're going to feel all the feels. You're going to be feeling all kind of stuff. But as long as you continue to do the work, sometimes you won't even know what you're doing. But if you can maintain the vision and hold the vision, and you're never alone, even though it sounds scary that I can't do it by myself, you're never alone. The universe, spirit, life got your back. Somebody will show up in your life to remind you. On Instagram, Pat said, pace yourself. She was referencing all the things that I've got to do. But when she said pace yourself, what it reminded me is pace myself as I do the show. Life has your back. Life will always support you. Life is always supporting you. This is a friendly universe. There is a natural law of divine order. You see it in trees. You see it in everywhere. You see it in the plant kingdom. Trees don't meditate, say, oh, dear God. I doubt they do. So let's just assume they don't. It's a good story. Dear God, it's cold and freezing. I can't feel my roots. I can't feel my arms, my branches. I don't know if I'm going to survive. May I please have fruits? May I please continue to grow? My understanding, my awareness tells me to freeze. The trees just be a tree. Because it is anchored. It is anchored in something that's beyond what we're seeing. It's beyond that. You are anchored in something beyond what you can imagine. Pain pushes until vision pulls. When vision pulls you, you might be a spiritual teacher that people think you're just a spiritual teacher, and then you say, now you want to be the president of the United States of America. And those of you who are saying, yes, we have to be spiritual, and spirituality is the answer to everything, and love is the answer to everything. Say, oh, wait a minute now. You're a spiritual teacher. A Return to Love was a good book. It changed my life. But what are you doing trying to be the president of the country? No. That's a bit much. We need more than love to run the country. Whether you're right or wrong, that's really a reflection of your consciousness. But if Marianne Williamson was listening to people or the naysayers, she'd be like, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't do it. We don't know it's going to end. There are other people running to be the president. And it's I keep saying this, it's so much more. It's about the politics of our lives. What are you going to stand for? Pain pushes until vision pulls, and when vision is pulling you, it will pull you out of the shit. It will take you to the basement of your mind, of your consciousness. It's not going to force you to look at the things you're scared of. You will see it. There'll be a nice distance to look at it. Like, yeah, I'm afraid of that monster. That monster has been chasing me since I was 4. And life continues to say, it's okay. I got you. You take a deep breath and you get closer. And get closer. And you keep looking at it. And then this big, ginormous monster suddenly is getting smaller and smaller. And somehow you're feeling restored, reinvigorated. That's the word I was looking for. Reinvigorated. Yeah, that's it. I think that's a word, but it is. It feels right. You know, you're feeling like energized, like, you're a monster. You don't even have a life without me. Oh, you've been alive because I've been scared of you. My fear has been giving you life. And they say when I fear will come upon me, I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my thoughts. I am going to focus on what I love, because what you fear will come upon you and what you love will come upon you. You always get one side of the story. God loves a cheerful giver. Well, God loves a cheerful receiver too, for those of you who go to church. Sometimes I feel that's used to beat people up in the head. You got to give because God loves a cheerful giver and God loves a cheerful receiver. And in fact, God don't give a flip whether you give or not. God, it loves you. It loves you unconditionally. Whether you give or not, that's your business. You get to reap the benefit of your givingness and your receivingness. Oh, life is good, it's getting better. We are the ones divinely selected to be alive today, to recreate the reality that we're looking at and the steps of life visioning. I'm going to rush through it and I'm not going to do it like I did it 2 weeks ago. You have to get to a place of unconditional love. Just catch the vibration. Step into the field. A love without a gender. Just get in that place. And when you know you're there, you ask the question, step number 1, number 2. What is God's idea of itself as my life? This is you where you're saying, listen, okay, I am ready, I am available, I am willing. I know that I'm so much more. I am a spiritual being. I am so much more than my 5 senses. I don't have to be afraid of my ego. I just need to spiritualize my ego so that my ego can serve the spirit rather than trying to make my spirit serve my ego. When my spirit serves my ego, I just can't. I don't need to kill my ego. I don't need to judge my ego. I don't need to get rid of my ego. I just need to spiritualize my ego because I remember when I wasn't walking on a spiritual path, I was dangerous. But now that I'm aware of myself as a spiritual being and I understand that there is no spot where love is not, where God is not, and I am it. I am different now. People that I couldn't stand, I can actually have a conversation with them. Or I can have a conversation and know when I've had enough. So the more I spiritualize my ego, it's going to serve me because that's just the way. It's there to help me anyway. What is God's idea of itself as your life? You could ask another question and say, what is seeking to emerge in my life right now? That's a question you can ask anytime, anywhere, no matter what is going on. What is seeking to emerge in my life? What is seeking to be birthed right now? Especially when you're in that place of just pain and I just can't go further. If you can remember to bring yourself back to your breath and ask, what is seeking to be birthed through me right now? The pain that you're feeling is a contraction of the old and the new. There's this contraction just happening and you're not fully dilated yet. But you got to ask the question, what is seeking to be birthed through it as me so I can know how much to open up to it? Maybe I will have to leave my job today. I'm just going to get up and, I'm going to type my resignation letter and leave today. I don't need no exit interview. I'm making my exit right now. It's about listening. Get the book, Live Visioning. So you got to listen. It's about listening. Listening to the spirit, listen to the voice of God, the inner voice, intuition, the inner wisdom, the inner education, the inner whatever you want to call it. You listen. And you listen for what you get, what you see, what you feel, what you smell. And if you feel like, I'm not getting anything, I don't see anything, just stay with it. Just stay with it. Once you get it, once you stay with it, you're ready to move to the next step. Step number 2, number 3, because he calls, what is God's idea of myself as step 1, I think. But anyway, I'm going to call it step 3 because you got to get in a place of unconditional love. What must I become? What do I need to let go of? You have to let go of not wanting to be vulnerable in order to step into your greater yet to be. What must I let go of? What are you trying to avoid? What do you need to let go of? Well, I don't want people to judge me. You might need to let that go. What habit? Well, I don't know. I got to have my coffee in the morning and there's no better place than Starbucks coffee. I mean, coffee at Starbucks is just the best. Well, maybe there's some other coffees that you haven't discovered that you can make in your own home that is much better, maybe even healthier. Who knows? But you're willing to let that go for your own growth and transformation? That's for you to answer. And remember, whatever you receive it, there's a no judgment zone, so no need to judge it. You ask step number 4, what gifts, what talents, what attributes do I already have that can be of service to this vision? Oh, this is a good one. So I may not go through the whole step. I want to say this. Since making this announcement, okay, so this is triggered by this question, right? I'm getting all excited and the show's about to end. What gifts, what talents, what attributes do I already have that can serve, that can be of service to this vision? The vision for my life that's calling me, that took me down this path of sexological bodywork is so much more. And the gift that I have is my spiritual gift. It's the fact that I teach, and I've been doing this for years, and heal and coach and all the other stuff that I do. Now, somebody said to me, well, maybe people don't see the relationship between your spiritual work and this sexological body work. And I was like, what? Really? I said, that's interesting. And then somebody else asked me the same question. Well, actually, they said, so what is the connection between the spiritual work that you're doing and this sexological body work? And I was like, you know what? There's never been anything to connect. They were never mutual in my world. Then your sensuality, your sexuality, and your spirituality. Hey, here it is, sexuality. Sex plus spirituality gives you sexuality. Chew on that. It's not separate. It's not separate. Your sexuality is your creative energy. You're here to procreate, yes. And that doesn't mean you give birth to a child. It means you're just procreating a new reality. Some people grab a little bit of it, that you're going to have a child. Yeah, I'm always having a child. Every day I'm birthing new ideas. Every day I'm aborting ideas because I'm too afraid. Every day we're aborting ideas, and child is like, oh, I can't let that child out. Nope, I'm not ready. And the universe is still going to love us. So, let's see. Time. All right, what time is it? I might just get through it. Oh, yeah, I might get through it. I think I will. I'm so proud of myself. Woohoo! Excitement. And then, let's see. Where am I? I am a mess. Then, once you allow yourself to become somebody new, once you allow... let's see. Yeah, when you recognize the gift that you have, who must I become? I have to be different. There's some things I need to let go of. You need to step into willingness. I don't know how, but I'm willing. I didn't know how this course thing was going to happen. They wanted me to give a payment plan. I couldn't give it to them. I just gave it to them yesterday. But I knew that I'm part of that course. So I relaxed. It's like, oh, it's done. I'm already in that course. Oh, I can tell you stories, but I won't. I can, but I don't have the time. You got to step into willingness, the willingness to grow, to be more, because that's why you're here. It's already yours. You can take it or not. Nobody else can live your life. You're here to live it. Don't be fooled by all the bullshit that's going on in the world, or what they're telling you, what you hear in the news. Turn that shit off sometimes. And write your own news. Be willing to make a mistake. Bring I don't know how to express myself. Just bring your I don't know how to the table. And there will be somebody else saying, looking at you, not knowing how to express yourself gave me courage. I am going to do the same. And then you're inspired because you inspired somebody else. Now, the last step, you got to get into that place of gratitude. I am feeling so grateful for this show. Just grateful. Just how it all unfolded. It's like how it's all happening. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you being there. I'm grateful for you listening watching on Instagram, for being there online and being able to get it all in time. What the time is? I'm looking for the time over here because for whatever reason, anyway, it is. I don't have to tell you that, but I already know what the time is. And so comments in the chat room, I'll come back to it. I'll answer it at the end. But it's time to release the show. Pain pushes until vision pull. What is the vision for your life? What part of your, what's the vision for your life? We ain't got time to even break that down some more. I ain't done yet, but I'm going to put a sock in it. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. If you want to step into a new reality of yourself, come find me on 12listen.com, 12listen.com right after the show. Check out my website, lifecoachade.com. If you want to contribute to my Gofundme, it's on my website. There's a link there. Read it. Get back to me. Ask me questions, whatever you need to know. And if you're just sending love to, thank you. I love you. I thank you. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, listeners. Life is good. It's getting better. You better get you some. It's never going to run out anyway. So go ahead and get yours. I'm out. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Scott. Talk to you later. You too, sir. All right. IG, Pat. Ah, look who's in the place. I love. Oh, yeah, you like my hat? Yeah, man. Don't I look fly? I was just thinking about you, my dear sister Mary, a few days ago. I was like, we need to connect. I said, I wonder if she knows what's going on, but you don't miss nothing. So you already know what's going on. Let me stop this before it ends. But anyway, y'all know where to find me. I'm out. Peace and blessings.